I mean, I was saying that software as a service is not going to be as affected by AI as much as some people think, but yet we're saying that it is being affected,
Yeah.
like your friend. So what is it?
What is what?
Well, the advantages of software as a service, even with AI, even with small, medium, or even large businesses using AI
So
to build tools. What's the benefit of software as a
if
service?
if AI gets better, which it's getting better, um, I believe that agents, which I think are sort of overhyped right now, I think those will get good.
Oh,
So
good for you.
it may come to that you talk to one of these software as a service companies and say, I need an application to do these various different things, and then you would prompt your requirements into their system, and then it would build you an agent to build you a customized version of their software for you. So it does what the small business is doing, but on a high level, sort of ironed out professional way that would be superior to starting from scratch.
I also think what it does is you may have the software in your industry out there and you want to use it, but the thing is, for especially smaller businesses, when you have to when you're trying to start and grow your business, it requires money. And
Mhm.
so any bit of money that a business will save, they would rather probably pay $200 for top tier ChatGPT versus paying some development studio like $50,000, because it's not cheap to, and that's on the low end, to
Yeah.
develop an
Right.
application for their industry.
So do you think it could have to do with sort of laziness and unaware and not adopting the new technology that could leave all these gaps to letting these software service companies sell something when they could otherwise, figure out a way to build it, especially if AI is getting better? It's sort of they are sort of scared, oh, I'm not sure if I'll do it right. And so they hire a professional.
Yeah, it's a valid concern, especially depending on the kind of tooling that you want to build, right? If you're
Mhm.
building something for hundreds of thousands of people, are you gonna just assume the
Yes.
agents are
So
gonna get it right? They've done the scaling, they've made sure
yes.
your database can scale up and down properly, etc.
So the key to all this is the architect producing the requirements, right? So
Yes,
um, that's something that even if AI gets very good, you're still going to need someone to articulate what you need built. And if
100%.
even if that's the business owner explaining to the architect what they need, the architect can then go in and provide the prompt structure and run the agents to build these different apps. So you still sort of have a middleman, and that doesn't mean that people can't develop the skill to do, really deep things. But
So there's
there's
one
there's still a middleman
there's one
somewhere in
major
there.
thing that you guys aren't thinking of.
Right?
Right now we're talking about AI building an app, right? That will then benefit the business in some form or fashion, right?
Yeah,
But
internal tooling.
right. So small business owner, they're not necessarily focused on tech. They're focused on everything, sales, marketing, development, big picture
Yep.
stuff, right?
Yep.
Right.
So if they, let's say they pay their $200, they get the AI, they build this like whiz bang app. Where are they going to host it? Who's going to update it when
You can't
who, who's
automate.
who's going to provide the security? If I go and build an app through AI and then I like host it online, somebody hacks me, I don't like, now you're trusting AI
So
with
you
security.
can't automate hardware. So
Exactly.
your hosting, you'll need a spot for that. But
Yeah.
So
security is a sort of a domain knowledge. So you could say AI build me security, but if it spits out a result, how are you going to know that you're
right.
secure?
So my point being, software as a service company, they get hacked. Or okay, so first of all, they're going to host their application on their own servers. So you don't, as a business owner, you don't have to worry about like hosting your own server, configuring a server, right?
Mhm.
They will maintain higher security standards, you would think. So if you do get hacked, you'd be like, hey, we got hacked and it's your fault. It's not the business owner's fault anymore. They're pushing that risk
Yep.
to somebody else.
Mhm.
So
Maintenance.
I think we're talking about two different kinds of tool sets.